Hey guys, how you doing? I just figured I would read a little blurb from, one of my favorites, The Language of Letting Go. So if you'd like to sit and listen and have a little moment to yourself, you're in the right place. Welcome, welcome. Enjoy the sun. Take a nice deep breath. So I'm actually going to read yesterday's, it's September 7th, which was the full moon in Pisces and the lunar eclipse. It was the blood red moon. So a lot about, letting go, a lot of emotional cleansing, spiritual renewal. That's what this moon represents, right? Pisces has to do a lot with the imagination and dreams. So you might be having some more vivid dreams. Maybe some things in your actual life are going kind of awry. How do you say it? I don't know why that word just came to me. Anyhow, so things may be getting jumbled up in your human 3D life to make room for your spiritual awakening. So if you're having some big issues in life, whether with job or relationships, this is a big time about relationships. So, and jobs are relationships too, right? So any relationships that we're having with other groups, people, places, things, etc., there may be some things that are quite 144 intense or in drastic change, upheaval, chaos, etc. You may just feel a lot of anxiety that things are about to change, right? So those are all kind of par for the core, natural with the energy that we're dealing with according to the cosmic alignments at the present moment. So and if you're a starseed or a chosen one or 144 or any of those, twin flame, any of those said to let you know if you are, then a lot of the time, you're going to go through a lot, not more, but you're going to go through things that maybe, others in average 3D said human life aren't experiencing yet, maybe. Or maybe they won't in this lifetime, who knows, so just know that if it feels right to you, if it resonates, that's part of having discernment. You're on the right path. Even if it feels funky, messy, you got anxiety, you're uncomfortable, Being uncomfortable is part of Dark Night of the Soul. It's part of the said death and rebirth process that we go through in order to, shed our skin, kind of out with the old, in with the new, The shedding of the skin. Or like if you're updating your phone, we got to sometimes clear our storage and get rid of some old files or some old messages or some 333 or pictures. I'm famous, my storage gets loaded. I'm famous for filling computers, phones, and etc. with, photos and videos, because that's what takes up most of my space. So I get to have lots of fun with that. So anyhow, today's reading is about powerlessness over others. So we can feel really frustrated because we want change. We're going through change. We might be, stuck in a job, a relationship, an environment, a house, whatever, Whatever that fits, whatever shoe fits that. Might be a few of those things, You may just want complete change, and we don't know how to do it. We can't just throw all the people, places, and things in our life away. I mean, you can, but there's karma, So use discernment, use your time and energy wisely, 441, to take some time and sit out in nature, Take some time to have some moments of silence. So you can get back to you. That's the most important thing that you can do. That's the most important work that you can work on, is you, right? And it doesn't always have to be where others are seeing and you have to show and prove what you've been doing. That's the old paradigm where we feel anxiety, we feel nervous, we're not, you know, we feel we're supposed to be showing, proving, being productive. You are being productive. You are producing parts of yourself that have been stagnant, dead, asleep, unknown, right? Hibernating, right? Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna read this and then we'll see how long we hang out on this here episode. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And I hope this resonates. I don't like us using that word, but I do. I hope this resonates with you and that you get a little something out of it. And, you know, much love. Okay, so powerless over others. Stop making excuses for other people. 616. Stop making excuses for ourselves, right? I can't do that. People are gonna think whatever. I do it all the time. Our head is so noisy, and those are the things that we have to start deciphering and right, paying attention to. Kind of like if you fly out over your head and observe the thoughts that you're having and the feelings that are coming up, so that you're able to then, it's right, see, like if you're watching from the sideline perspective, so you're not quite as attached to the emotions and the thought streams that are in your energetic, right, magnetic field. Okay, so as we're learning how to, right, that's kind of like, because this is all spiritual tools. It's like learning how to ride a bike or a skateboard or something new, right? You're learning something new. Handstands, muscle ups. You're trying to teach your body and your mind and, right, to all do something new. So our brain is constantly, as a receiver, is constantly receiving new data from the pools, right, and streams that are constantly around. This is quantum. This is literal science and physics, right? The things that are around us all the time, right? How were we made? Where did we come from? Hi, little bee. He's so cute. So, okay. While it is our goal to develop compassion and achieve forgiveness, acceptance, and love, it is also our goal to accept reality and hold people accountable for their behavior, right? It's okay for you to have a no, 808, for you to have a boundary, for you to not make a decision. If something don't feel right, don't allow somebody else to force, persuade, or coerce you into doing something that you are not ready, comfortable. It doesn't feel right in the present now moment. Not all things are aligned. That's all. It doesn't mean no, not ever. It's just, right, you still got to chew on it before you swallow, before you make a decision. You got to digest it. You got to allow time and space to do its thing, and then, right, the universe, this is how we manifest. We can't just, but if we just jump this is why we're in such chaos, debt, confusion, right? Because we don't have the ability to soothe ourselves, right, as humanity, right? Alcoholism, addiction, codependency, any of the acronyms that they call others that they can't control, those are all parts of, right? Those aren't, but those are all isms. They all stem from codependency and the star system, Algol, the demon stars, alcoholism, the isms, any ism, that anywhere we don't feel comfortable, that we then use something else outside ourselves to do so. So is it always bad? No, it's just having the awareness, right? We're just getting a little more accustomed to having more awareness, right? we're becoming more consciously aware, right? Hindsight's always 20/20. So don't beat yourself up so bad as you are, right, spiritually awakening. Or if you're, you know, I mean, if you're already here, I'm sure you're already, you know, you're already on the boat, but you know, but we go through phases too, right? So 10/20, we go through these in and outs, 10/2. So you know, when I numbers, numerology, if it means something to you, awesome. If not, but maybe look it up. It might have. So it's just 10/3, looking at the, you know, certain numbers that stand out energetically. Or what have you. It's part of channeling. I'm good at, right? I'm a channeler. Hi. So yeah, which is also why I sometimes, right, drift, set off course a bit, because everything's water, right? Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. So when we're in the waters, it's like a tie-dye kaleidoscope, right? So everything's in motion, and we could try to stay on task in one area, but sometimes we float a little 11 out there, and then we come back. And if not, then, you know, if we don't come back to where we were, then we move on to wherever else we land. That's all I got for you. That's how I operate. So if you can deal with that, yay! And, you know, all right. So, right, what I got from Muhammad Ali: float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, in my head now. Okay. So while it's our goal to develop compassion and achieve forgiveness, acceptance, and love, it's also our goal to accept reality and hold people accountable for their behavior. We can also hold ourselves accountable for our own behavior, and at the same time have compassion and understanding for ourselves, right? So important. When we claim powerlessness, sorry, I'm just thinking of the difference between empathy and compassion too. So, right, because I'm a super empath, but I must say I'm working on compassion, because I can go quick to, and then I feel like I'm maybe not so compassionate at times. If that's the right word. So, yeah. When we claim powerlessness, we are not claiming irresponsibility. We have no power to control others, what they do, what they did, or what they might do, right? Which can then really get us in some anxiety balls sometimes, right? Because a lot of, say, a mama can take control because they're in fear, right, of something changing, somebody getting hurt, etc. So that's right, the feminine energy can be kind of suffocating and grab, while the masculine energy can be controlling, dominant, tyrannical, right? It doesn't mean if you're a male or a female. These are just the energies we all have. So sometimes we can act more out in a dominant, right? Don't do that! Or, you know, more controlling and aggressive, tyrannical, right, manner, dictatorship. And then a mother can be more smothering out of fear, right? Don't do that. I don't want you to do this. We can sometimes, in the feminine, right, hold ourselves or others back because we're scared something bad might happen, right? So sometimes we're tempering those things. Doesn't mean they're right, good, bad, whatever, It's just we're becoming more aware and learning how to bring things more into balance, right? This is turning Mercury into gold, is turning 80 electrons into 79 electrons. Right? Because Mercury rises, our temperature go up, we get all crazy. So allowing those things to settle down, and then that negative one that, right, we don't want that one to we want to bring it back and alchemize it, because it goes from my other book, 10 to 9. I'm gonna have to do another reading, but right, so turning Mercury to gold, this has to do with, right, master alchemy, and inner alchemy is within you, right? When we have an emotion, our waters rise, the salt water body rises, which then mixes with Mercury and rises up over our head. Now we're underwater, we're in understanding, we're not, right, we just went under. So we've been under. we've been in the under for a long time. We're trying to all swim together. And sometimes, so, all right, so that we have understanding, right, overstanding, and then we can ground it and just kind of let it go and be at peace, right? Like, okay, let's see. La, la, la. We're stating that we are willing to end an ineffective life based on willpower and control. And we're beginning a spiritual, mental, and emotional journey in which we take responsibility for ourselves. Right? Recognizing, maybe realizing when we get set off, triggered, right? When something lights us up. What triggered that emotion, right? Did that bring up something from my past? Did that make me think of something of my childhood, right? Why did a person, place, or thing trigger me, right? Being responsible and having accountability for our own emotions, mental state, right? Being head of household, having the ability to, right, take care of our temple, right? You pay taxes if you claim head of household, right? If you're head of household, your masculine has to be intact. Your Mercury has to be able to turn to gold. Both hemispheres of the brain have to be able to communicate in order to create balance. Okay, let's see. We are not victims. We are not helpless. Accepting powerlessness when that is appropriate enables us to begin owning our true power to take care of ourselves, right? Instead of worry, like, oh my gosh, this person did this to me. I'm worried this person's going to betray me. Are they doing something behind my back? I'm scared this person's going to leave me. I'm worried if I might lose my place of business, living, or, right, people that surround me in some kind of manner, fashion, or form. So whatever that may be, right, those are real fears. Those are real feelings. They're valid. But then once we take a moment to sit, do I have control over? And what's the worst thing that could happen? Which also are scary thoughts, right? You don't have to get, right? Just allow some things to present themselves in the now. And you're already doing the work. You're doing it. And then watch and see how much lighter, right? Light beings, lighter you feel. We all feel. This is collective. So as we continue to do these great works, we shed our snake skin and become lighter beings, right? We're able to vibrate lighter because we're not carrying so much burden. We have ability now to use these tools to manage our emotional body, our mental faculties, and our physical vessel in a little bit more of a balanced manner. Don't mean we're perfect, don't mean we're always going to get it right. It just means that we have a little bit more ability to do so, right? We're gaining, right? It's like working at, like, again, anything else. The more you practice, the better you become. Don't mean we're perfect or we're never going to get hurt or we're not going to fall or falter or make mistakes, right? Etc., whatever. It just means we have better ability and we have more tools. But we don't have the tools if we don't do the work and we're not listening to one another's experience, strength, failures, right? Hopes, dreams, aspirations, right? Humorous, what's the heck? Valley flops. What's the word I'm looking for? Bloopers. There's one for you. Those are my favorite. I know when I fuck up, I'm about to learn something about either how strong I am or, right, some kind of, it's going to show me something, right? Or I'll be able to help someone else because I'm going through something too, right? So it's much better when we're not doing it, right, alone, or when we don't feel so alone, right? And when we can help another, or, right, somebody else can relate, it's like, oh, that takes off a lot of that weight as well, right? Okay, we're almost done. All right. We ain't victims, we ain't helpless. Accepting powerlessness, when that is appropriate, enables us to begin owning our true power to take care of ourselves. Today, I will avoid making excuses for my own or someone else's behavior. That doesn't mean you have to, like, right? It just means, right? You're not gonna allow that to creep up inside you and start eating at you and carry that all over the place with you and let it get bigger, 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 right? This is where we learn to have control over ourselves, bitch. And barking dogs. I will let consequences and responsibility fall where they belong. Mic drop. All right, let's pull one card from the crystal deck, and thank you guys so much. I hope that wherever we just all went, I hope that resonated and helped you out in some manner, form, or will. If you feel like somebody else may benefit from anything I said, please, share it with them. Send a share, hit a like. Definitely, please hit a follow. I could definitely use more followers. Not that I really ever gave a F about that, but Bumblebee Jasper, we got all the bumblebees flying around me too. Priscilla Bluestone, number 33. 33. Oh, what's today's date too? Today, 989. 989. Tomorrow's 999. That's so cool. What's at the bottom? Rhodosite. Hopefully you could see these, I hope, because I know the sun's really bright behind me. Number 43, number 33, Priscilla Blue. And the two that flopped out is number 41, Halite, and number 6, Bumblebee Jasper. That always makes me think of Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura. Bumblebee Tuna. Super cool. So I'll do another video and read about these. I'm not going to add it to this one and make it longer, but okay. And if you want to do your own research on what they mean, here, let me just I'll give you a quick briefing. Let's see. Number 6, Bumblebee Jasper is trust. I'll read it quick. Bumblebee Jasper's startling colors instill a new vibration. The stone stimulates new projects, bringing you the message that you must have honesty in your life. Oh boy. That's what's up. That's all right. You are a divine being with immense inner riches, holding the bright, energizing light of the sun. You are born to carry out a specific task. Charismatic, you naturally attract people. You have inner strength and courageously go where others do not dare. Harvest your resources and put them to work to heal dis-ease, right? And the only reason for dis-ease is discord. And all dis-ease starts in the gut, whether it's physical, mental, right? The gut and the brain are always talking. And we feel sick in our stomach, or something that's happening can make us feel ill. We eat something, make us feel ill. We continue eating a diet, right? The standard American diet is horrible, right? You keep eating the way to, right? We're just constantly, right, bombarding our body with stuff it doesn't know how to break down and digest. So we never have time, energy, the space for the new that needs to come in, right? Okay. A divination, a moment of fertilization. You are being opened to new possibilities. Remember that the bee is not aerodynamically designed to fly, but it does. Cut through doubt and uncertainty. No doubt. Relax and focus. Clear sight is needed. Visualize your future. Love and good fortune rush toward you. Grasp opportunities. Go get it. The other videos I've been doing are all in alignment with exactly this. Go, go, go. Someone new lights up your life. Healing insight. Food intolerances and other allergies may underlie any physical discomfort you experience, along with any baggage from your emotional or mental, right, subconscious past from this lifetime or any others that are also stored in your said DNA. So as you go through your spiritual awakening, right, it's like a braided hair. And there's three strands of DNA, not just one, not just two, we have three, right? There's said 3 snakes, Kundalini. So as they're unwinding, or each atom, when we get solar flares and all these cosmic cosmic parties going on up there, right, we're getting hit with lots of cosmic energy, and as it comes raining down, flooding down, right, this is the age of Aquarius, this is the information age, as it comes flooding down into the atmosphere, into the airwaves, through the street, right, like everything's water. All right, these words are metaphysics. These are the words we use in the same manner that how does a stream of water move, right? Or like I'm streaming right now, right? On whatever platform you're watching me on, right? So these words that we use, it's like, right, all words have a minimum of 5 meanings. We got 5 fingers on our hands, 5 toes on each foot, right? 5th element, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see. Frequency, earthy, chakra, the sacral and the solar plexus. Timing, Leo, Virgo, and Sagittarius. And soul path, triumph over the impossible. You got this. We got this. Don't take no shit. And laugh a lot. You know, sense of humor is one of the most important things we could have. I'm not going to read highlight, but I'll tell you what it's about. Well, we'll see. Maybe it will. Oh, the master cleanser, fine, we'll read it. How can we not? I hope you could see this, okay? Because I can't see now, the sun's really bright. Okay, highlight draws out impurities from your physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions, promoting emotional well-being. Highlight stimulates the meridians and grounds the healing properties of other crystals. Woo, woo. And the meridians of our body, I believe there's 14, and there's also, right, the ley lines of the earth. So the meridians, the dragon lines, the dream lines, that's all, right, those are relevant. Okay. Self-understanding, subtle ties and influences may be affecting you more than you know or recognize. Unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness. This is what I was talking about before, like alcohol. So nobody bad, and a lot of people just think an alcoholic or an addict is somebody like, right, or homeless people, somebody you see on the street, somebody that you see, right? I don't take any prescription. Not that I'm saying any good, bad, whatever, indifferent, blah, blah, blah. So, but there's a whole majority of people that pay for and are stuck, I'm going to say stuck on, because they're not healing you. Anything that's prescribed is a temporary relief of something that you've manifested due to something that has been neglected. Right? So the subconsciousness, the body never lies. The body's going to manifest mentally, emotionally, or physically something if we are not listening. And the body's only going to trust said you if you are listening to your it. Okay. Right? Why are we in such a life cycle of like domination and tyrannical like control? Hello. It's very easy to control, not like for, right? Subliminal fascism. Okay. Unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness may underlie dis-ease. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. Somebody else's lustful or jealous feelings, right, of envy, negative feelings can be affecting you. This is how, when people talk about said witchcraft. So when other people are casting their energetic energy, right, their thoughts, feelings, and intent toward another, especially if they're doing it on purpose, they continue to do that. I mean, like Lil Wayne say, karma is a okay. I love hula hoops. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. So right, as you're true. So yeah, because see, they're both connected, both important, not one better than the other. Whether we're talking about sex, the acronym for sex is sacred energy exchange. So whether it's intercourse by talking, how we are right now, or it's physical, right, have you, the intertwining of said different beings and the degrees and etc. of said natures, right? So what they just said about lust and jealousy. So just think about where those feelings come from, where they develop, and they can come very easily and sneaky, right? But pay attention to when they arise within you. So it's like, right, oh gosh, why I feel that first. Like, great, like, wait a minute. And then so when you start knocking down, this makes me think of that, the little blocks, the little, right, like negative thoughts that start to build up. It's like, oh, wait a minute. And it could be, right, like, because what happens when we feel that way? We're afraid somebody looks, does, is better than us in some manner or form. We were feeling a little lack at that moment, like a little less than, like, wait, maybe they're better than me, right? And maybe they are and maybe they're not, and maybe whatever. It doesn't really matter either way. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you know. So we allow a lot of things to get us caught up, right, in those kind of emotions that are unnecessary to hold on to, or allow that to, right? What are we in now? Right, lots of inflation. Like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. Okay, so let's see. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. Yeah, so make sure to protect your field. That's what, meaning, right, it's like when you go inside, you close your door. So practice, like when you start allowing new thoughts of perception and new, right, while you're sitting and allowing things to come in. Also remember to kind of close the portals, close the doors, so to speak. Just, right, almost like have it on autopilot, like how you have things set on your, right, set an alarm for me or whatever have you, or a timer. So if you don't remember to do it, that it naturally does it for you. Just remember to clean my field after I'm done exploring wherever that may be. Whatever time, form, dimension, realm, right? Space, etc., whatever. Right. Wherever I am. Okay. And keep it simple. Okay. Divination, it's time for a thorough clear out in your life. Declutter your space, including your car. Detox your body and mind. Maybe try a juice fast for vitality. Or you could try, right, like, fasting is really good. That's why we call it, right, break fast. When we break our fast. So I'm not saying, you know, this is entertainment purposes only, and I am not no doctor, and etc., whatever. However, right, fasting. Once you don't feed your certain things that your body's used to, right? You feel a lot of parasites, sugar, white bread, white sugar, any kind of carbs, those starch carbs, white starch carbs, that then turn into sugar, which again, alcohol. Hey, little P. Those things, right? Like a lot of the children, we wonder why people have ADHD, autism, etc. Which again, those words also just are, well, they're very misunderstood. But let me just partially, part of those things is that autism or what have, or oh yeah, ADHD, whatever. All those things have to do with a lot of the time. First of all, they're multidimensional beings. They see on different said vibrations. So there's that. Second of all, if children are being fed waffles, sugar, cereal, milk, bread, cheese, pasta, rice, etc., all these things, right? Meat. Or we turned our body into, right, a human cemetery. You know, not saying that meat is all bad either. I still eat sometimes too. Again, discernment. Just how much and when and where and right, what are you putting in you? How often? Right? How you living? Are you? Right? Sometimes it's like just changing a little thing will help us make a grand big difference. You know, you start to wake up, start to eat fruit in the morning, right? When you if you just eat one kind of fruit, as much as you can of it, when you break your fast. See how you feel. Not everybody could do that either. Everybody different. You know, some people do better on other, you know, forms. But you know, these are things that are for Venusian from forever. That's what our bodies work in tandem with, right? Nature, right? So just finding what's in line with your nature. But you can't find that if you're not allowing your body itself to be cleansed first. And stem cells start to grow, I think, like within 36 or 72 hours. You do like a 36-hour fast. Like, drink water. You could drink water. You could drink tea. Have some water with some lemon. Make some tea. Put some herbs in it. You know, sip your tea or whatever throughout the day. If you really need to break your fast, have a smoothie. Have some fruit. You know, don't like, but start to try to, right, not always consume. Or if you notice that you're going to get something because, like, are you hungry? Do you need that? Whatever you're about to put in your, right, food, sex, drugs, alcohol, do you need it? Is it going to benefit you? And sometimes, again, right, the other side, it's not non-beneficial to experience something that said, right, makes us ill or doesn't make us feel good. That teaches us also, and, right, I mean, so it's not, again, it's not bad either. It's just an experience, no matter what it is either way. However it is you look at it, how does it make you feel? How you've been feeling? Whatever you're doing, how's that been making you feel up until this now point in time? You know, just having a look at those little things. Okay, regular detoxing and purification on all levels ensures well-being, as does being anchored on the earth. Frequency, earthy, chakra. I need to make myself a smoothie. Chakra, base, sacral, earth star, and solar plexus. Timing, spring, and soul path. Purification and spiritual discernment. That was lovely. I loved every minute of that this morning, and I hope you did too. And I'm so grateful if you made it this far. And I'm so grateful either way. And have a beautiful, awesome, amazing day. And just see what you can do for you. Little